My name is Gus. I live in a bus. I travel to take pictures of beautiful people, beautiful places, and I share my experiences with you. So let's go. My name is Gus, and I live in a bus. And that means I'm in a different neighborhood every day. Every day I'm in a different neighborhood. Wherever I park my bus is my new neighborhood. And you could be my neighbor if you drove down to the beach and just hung out for the day in your van, or had a van to come and visit me. This could be your neighborhood, and I could have a new neighbor. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, just a little cloudy and foggy. It's a wonderful time to be a neighbor in the neighborhood of Gus and the Bus. So why not buy a van and be my neighbor and enjoy this beautiful foggy day, the few moments when it's not raining today? You could be my neighbor. It would be so wonderful. Did you know it's okay to wonder? Wonder why the log split? Wonder why the log is hollow? And wonder why the log is so long? Did you know that it's okay to have a good day, even if it's not necessarily the best day? You can still have a good day. You could wonder what it's like to go on the ocean with a big boat like that, on these huge freighters. You could wonder what it would be like to live in a school bus, like Gus in a bus. Did you know it's okay to be afraid? Because you don't know where to go poo if you live in a bus. You might be afraid you can't wash your clothes and your sleeping bags. You could be afraid you won't like your neighbor, or your neighbor won't like you if you buy a van and you start to travel around. You could be afraid you won't know where to park your vehicle if you live in it. There are also things you might not know, like how to subscribe and be my neighbor, or how to click the bell button and get to see what I do every day. Now, if you subscribe and you push that bell button, you'll be able to be my neighbor. Won't you be my neighbor? And each day we'll talk about those things you wonder about and all those things that you're afraid of. Maybe one day we'll be parked beside each other and we can be our neighbors. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. Won't you be my neighbor? Well, you know why I did this. Actually, it's because people have told me I have a certain calming kind of voice, and somebody else said my channel, the way I start my channel, looks like it makes it sound like a Sesame Street channel. But you know, all those things that you wonder about and all those things that you're afraid of in van life actually never happen. They are just those things that you have, problems you haven't solved yet, and yet in reality you probably solved all of them in the past. If you get in a car and you drive like 600 miles, eventually you have to go to the bathroom, and you will stop at a bathroom and use it, and you will have already solved that problem. You may never have used a laundromat before, but we're all aware that they exist, and there's generally one in every town. And if you've had a car and you've driven it, you have a driver's license, and you've driven your car and you've driven it into a big city, you know that parking's a problem if you have a tiny little teeny car. It's no more of a problem if you have a bigger vehicle. Remember, life is better on wheels.